Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here in WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. We will continue to give you some locations. You can pick up a copy of our baseball and softball magazine today. And, of course, we've got a lot of track and field to talk about. The Lakeland boys in studio, the Lakeland girls coming in studio, and North Pocono Trojans. They're outside waiting to go as well. As we talk local sports each and every Saturday here on the John Mendola Show. Follow us online, thejohnmendolashow.com. Follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. As we get over now to the Lakeland track and field team and Coach Art Davis welcoming in the boys. And Coach, good to see you again.
Good morning, John.
Well, this year, more talent. Let's talk about what's coming back and how you guys are faring so far here in the tough early doggone weather season we've had.
Yeah, it's been very difficult to train. We even lost our field house to some weather a few days ago. I brought in with me Cy Babkinik. He's a returning district champion, state medalist. Logan Bednash was also on the 4x4 that won a state medal last year. Jacob Frazier, really good hurdler for us. And CJ Dupree, the freshman phenom in the throws.
Well, I always like a phenom, that's for sure. So we'll get to talk with CJ in a little bit. But Cy, back at it, ready to go. Tell us about how he's looking so far here in the early going.
It's going good so far. I mean, the weather hasn't really been agreeing with any of our meets. So, we're not really trying to run for time, just trying to win races.
Staying healthy so important, and making sure you don't pull something. Talk about the warm-ups, taking them seriously, listen to the body, all those important components as a track athlete.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're dressing appropriately for all this weather, so making sure you have a lot of layers on, and then stretching, and then getting a good warm-up in right before your race.
I think one of the first impressions meeting you as a freshman, you always had that football hat on, walking around with that, so you always stayed warm, and you're smart about how you prepared for yourself. Let's talk about doing cross-country, doing track and field. You're a football player for a while, and now you've kind of really just kind of honed in on this track and field thing. You've become real serious about it. Talk about the future for you. What's up next?
I'm going to be going to Wagner College to run track and major in pre-health.
All right, and talk about what interested you in Wagner, or what the other choices were.
My other choices were Duquesne, Sacred Heart, and Central Connecticut State. I mean, I liked Wagner. I really got a really good vibe from the coaches there. I liked being in the city, and all the facilities were really nice. And I met some of the guys on the team, and they just seemed to get along really well together.
As far as closing out your career at Lakeland, some goals that you have this year, whether it's individually or as a member of a relay.
I'd say both. I want our relay to do good at states. Get a good time. Definitely for the personal best, I want to do good in the 400 and 200, try the best 49.7 and 22.5.
Big family, a bunch of siblings, all older. So what's everybody up to?
My brother's a physical therapist down at ProCare, and my sister Caroline, she is a physician's assistant in a hospital in Queens, New York. And Megan is currently doing an externship for ProCare as well for speech pathology.
All right, so a busy family. That's awesome to hear. You like science and history. Now, as far as a major, did you hone in on that as well?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go into the pre-health field and try to go to grad school somewhere if I can.
All right, I remember you saying that about 2 minutes ago. I think my brain's not as tuned in as it needs to be, Cy. As far as your brother and dad, a couple role models in your life.
Oh, yeah, I look up to my brother and my dad every day. They're both really hardworking. My brother and him are always there for me, and they show up to every meet. They never make excuses for when things go bad, and they're just really positive role models in my life. Let's
talk about the leadership there on the track and field for you with the younger athletes at Lakeland. You learned pretty darn quickly as a freshman, and a little give back time for you. What are you doing to kind of tune in some of these younger athletes there for the Chiefs?
I mean, I always try to just lead by example. So just showing the guys when we should go out and warm up, when we should take our workouts seriously and not goof around. Just trying to do everything right and trying to make them understand what it means to be a Chief.
All right, Cy. Well, good luck at Wagner. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
All right, Cy Babkinik there from the Lakeland Chiefs. Coach Art Davis back with us, and obviously you're proud of what Cy has done, and you're hoping that he'll finish that off in the right way.
Yeah, we've been blessed to have a lot of great athletes over the past couple of years since I've been coaching. Sai's just the next one in that line. And, hopefully he's going to have a real good chance at a state championship in individual events. He's one of the top people in the 400 right now in the state, AA. He's third right now and second in the 200. So for him to finish out his career on a positive, and then he could be doing something special in possibly winning a fourth state medal in the 4x400 meter relay.
And Jacob Frazier is with us next. Coach, tell us about what Jacob brings to this team as a senior.
Jacob is one of those kids that when he came in as a junior high athlete, he was a good kid, but we weren't sure what we were going to do with him, and he's worked himself into a position where he's going to score some points for us at districts. He's going to be able to medal. He's going to have an opportunity to get to states in the hurdles.
All right, let's welcome in Jacob Frazier here on the John Mendola Show from the Lakeland Chiefs. And Jacob, let's talk about being a hurdler and some of the challenges of that.
When I first started out, it was a little bit tough because I didn't really know what I was doing. But with enough work, enough time, enough dedication, I got through it and became one of the best hurdlers on the team.
Let's talk about your hurdling coach, who he is, and what he does to try to impact you to get the hurdling down like you have.
My coach is Mr. Now. He was also a great hurdler once before, and he's taught me basically everything I know how to do, and he helps me improve even when it's tough.
You got a couple older siblings yourself, so tell us about a brother and a sister.
Oh, yes. I have Gary and Angel Frazier. Gary works at Rose Distribution Center. He's 23 years old, and he is a big inspiration in my life and a great person. And my sister, Angel Frazier, she works at Prudential University, Prudential Insurance with my mother, and she's always been there for me, and she's always been the oldest. So.
All right. Always somebody good to look up to. You enjoy physics, so some of us never even took that subject in high school, so I'm glad you like that. What's lined up for the future for you down the road here?
I'm planning to go to college. I'm not necessarily sure which college I'm deciding on yet. I'm looking mostly local schools. I'm thinking about going into a science degree, most likely physics, because I truly enjoyed it from a young age.
Nice. And mom and dad being some role models in your life, talk about all the things they do for you.
Yeah, well, they taught me to have a good character and always stay strong and persevere in everything that I do. And they truly are just great people, and they raised me really good.
Let's talk about the second family you have with this track and field team and your coach Davis, and kind of feeling like you'll be a chief forever. What's that experience been like for you?
Well, it's always been interesting, to say the least, because the team's always there for you, but it's always a competitive environment. And my coach, he's tough, but he's also loving for the team. He cares a lot about us, and he wants to see us strive and become better.
All right, that he is, that's for sure, Jacob. Well, go get him this year with the hurdles the rest of the way, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Jacob Frazier there from Lakeland here on the John Mendola Show. We're getting over to CJ Dupree. Coach Art Davis going to tell us a little bit about this guy. Big fella.
Yeah, CJ's got an athletic build that any kid would wish to have. He's a big guy. He works hard. He is the defending junior high champion in both the disc and the shot. So we brought him up as a freshman. We don't bring a lot of freshmen up in our program. We try to leave them down and get experience. And he's been working hard, dealing with the the heavier implements and that. And everything's going to come together at the right time, I'm sure.
All right, let's welcome in CJ Dupree here on the John Mendola Show. And CJ, let's talk about what you throw and what you like about each of the events you compete in.
I throw the shot put, javelin, and discus. My shot put's 42 feet, discus 123, and javelin height 137. My discus is obviously as a freshman, my best event. I like to throw it the most. I just have good wingspan to whip it around and get it out there.
Talk about the technique and trying to get that down. It takes a long time, and here you are as a freshman putting up some decent numbers, that's for sure. Talk about who your coach is and concentrating on some of those little things that you have to listen to kind of perfect it.
My coach is Lee Romick. He helps me like with all the spins and the shot put and discus. I just gotta, before I came here, me and Coach Davis were up at the field throwing. I gotta work on my spin and the discus, get my foot around and coming around and whipping it out there, doing my best.
Big guy. Let's talk size-wise. People, if they got a picture of you, they're going to see how big you are. You're an intimidating-looking guy for just a freshman. So what's the height and the weight?
6'5", around 250.
All right, pretty good size, that's for sure. Let's talk about down the road. How serious are you about this track and field stuff? Because I know you play football and you play basketball. So do you have a favorite sport right now?
I'm going to go my favorite sport is football right now, but I know I'm not going to give up track. And we're iffy with the basketball right now. I'm just going to try to grind the weights out, get with the best I can be.
All right, and you got a couple siblings, so tell us about each of them.
My little brother is in 7th grade, name's Lakota Dupree. He's starting up for JV now. He's not doing bad. He's starting with the discus and shot put, and they don't throw javelin. And I have an older sister, Cheyenne Dupree. She's 17. She'll be turning 18 in the summer, and she does track. She does the jumps and some of the hurdles.
All right, you like math in school?
Yeah, math's my favorite subject. I just always got it.
All right, good for you. And let's talk about your dad, Chris, and how he supports you and pushes you.
Yeah, my dad, he played at UConn for 2 years back in the day for a linebacker and D-end. He always pushes me on the weight, send me motivation. He just is always on top of me to do the best I can be.
Talk about being able to learn from guys like Cy Babcock and other seniors there at Lakeland and leaning on you a little bit. And, of course, you have some family members that probably teach you some stuff, and Coach Davis. Everybody's got a little bit of advice. Somewhere in that brain of yours, you got to filter it all out and take what you could and to make sure you're doing all the right things.
Yeah, they're all great leaders and role models. I'm just looking up to them, and being a part of the varsity team as a freshman is a great opportunity to look up to these guys, and hopefully I could be at the top with them one day. All
right, CJ, good to meet you, and go get them.
Thank you.
All right, CJ Dupree, a talented freshman there for Lakeland. Let's get back over to Coach Art Davis. And, Coach, I know we go from CJ over to a guy who's been with you for a while, senior Logan Bednash. So take us from the freshman with a lot of upside to a guy like Logan who's got a lot in his pocket to say he did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Logan had a rough year last year. He was hurt, and he was able to come back from that and do a good enough job to help us win 6th place in the 4x4 at States. And now this year as a senior, he's coming in and took a little while to start getting in shape, and now he's starting to feel a little bit better, I think, out there, and he put some good times out the last couple of times we've raced.
All right, very good. Let's welcome in Logan Bednash here on the John Mendola Show. And Logan, it's your senior season, so health-wise, talk about just being healthy again and feeling healthy and the challenges of that.
You know, it feels really good to not be hurt. Last year it was a struggle coming back, but I think I said last year the team really pulled me through it. And coming back onto the track, I was a little shaky going over the hurdles for the first time, but like my teammates like Jake and Cy and our other hurdler Robert just told me just to go with it and not think about it. So here we are, and you just gotta keep going with it. Make sure that my warm-ups are good. Coach always says that if you're not sweating when you're warming up, then you're not doing it right. So.
All right, make that a good point for all of our athletes to make sure we get a little sweat going, that's for sure.
Yep.
Let's talk about soccer.
So I used to play soccer up until like freshman year. Then I quit and started running cross country, and then I figured, it's my senior year, better go have some fun with it. So I played for one more year.
All right, and of course you got a sister, a little bit younger, so talk about her.
Oh yeah, Megan. She's awesome. I truly do love her, but she could be a pain sometimes, but she pushes me a lot.
Obviously, brother-sister relationship. We always hear that. History and architecture class at school.
Oh yeah. So really, I think I'm gonna go to Marywood and major in architecture. But like my favorite subject in school is my architecture class. I just love the aspect of building stuff and being creative.
Overall, you're ready to go and go to a local school and get that over with and have a nice career. And Marywood really has a nice program, that's for sure. Of course, it all couldn't happen without the family, so take us through those people in your family that are real important to you.
Definitely my parents. My mom and dad have pulled me through everything, especially my injury last year. And, they're always there every meet, supporting me, pushing me through it. Same with my grandparents. They're always, calling me, asking me how I did, and then my cousin, he's always asking me how I did and telling me good job, keep up the good work, and don't give up.
All right, Logan, well, we wish you the best at Marywood University. Good health to you as well, and I know you guys are going to continue to have a positive year there for the Chiefs.
Thank you.
All right, Logan Bednash and the Lakeland Chiefs, Coach Davis, thank you so much for bringing the guys in today. Continued success as always, and I know there's some big goals this year for the Chiefs.
Yeah, we always have the goal of winning district championship, and that's the first and foremost in our thoughts. And the good thing about this year is there are a lot of solid kids behind these guys that are here, and I think they're all going to help out. We're going to be able to nickel and dime on the back end of a lot of events, not just win with these guys that are up front. So with great coaches that I work with and the kids that we have, we should have a very successful year, and hopefully we can take that championship again.
All right, Art Davis and the Lakeland Chiefs boys track and field team here on the John Mendola Show. Well, we are going to tell you some locations where you could get a copy of our baseball and softball magazine. You could grab one at Frank's Rocatch State Farm, located in Tunkhannock, Lex Pharmacy in Nicholson. Want to thank Michael Griffin State Farm in Dixon City, Beston's Auto Body, AJ's Bar in Carbondale, the YMCA in Carbondale, Rooney's, located in Susquehanna County, Scarfalatos in Honesdale, Mendocino's Pizza in Daleville, Holy Cross High School in Dunmore, Jen Ricky Loophole State Farm in Dunmore, and Dunmore Candy Kitchens, locations in Scranton and Dunmore. We come back, we're going to talk Lakeland Lady Chiefs track and field. Still got North Pocono track and field. They're coming in studio with us as well. Let's take a time out and head over now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jeremy Paczynski. Break like a good neighbor. Jeremy Paczynski is there. We'll be back here on WILK.